Hello everyone, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Australia, and today I am here to introduce to you our May Christmas Stampathon Challenge, which is all about keeping it simple or KISS. So this month I'm keeping it really simple with this card. I have created layers of stamping but kept to a card front and a card base. So I have used the watercolor shapes from our brand new annual catalogue for the back layer for our tree from the Evergreen Elegance stamp, and just simply stamped our sentiment. Now I have mass produced 18 of these cards really simply today, and what I have used is a Stamparatus. So let me show you how I have done this so easily. So I'm just going to pop my stamp sets over here. The colours I am using: Cherry Cobbler, the brand new Evening Evergreen, and Sahara Sand. So let me open our first colour and I will show you how I've made the first two cards using the Stamparatus. So I have already made 18 of these cards and I'm going to make 2 more with you. So if this is your first time visiting me, welcome, and I'll explain a little bit about the Christmas Stampathon. It's a group of demonstrators in the UK, Europe, market, America, and here in Australia, and we are just here to get ahead on our Christmas stamping, hence me making 18 of these cards. Not only is this card very quick and simple, I also need that many cards at Christmas. So I have pre-lined up on my Stamparatus all my stamps. Now this stamp has been used and cleaned quite a lot, but the first time you use it you may want to run your finger across it to condition it. So with the Sahara Sand ink, you don't want it too juicy, so a way to make sure the ink pad isn't too juicy is to use a bone folder. This bone folder is specifically used for ink, and I just run it across like you're buttering a piece of bread to squish the ink. So I'm not removing any ink, but to squish the ink further into the ink pad, just giving you the same color but not as concentrated, because I don't want little beads of ink beading up on our stamp surface. So this is all pre-lined up approximately straight and even. I won't profess to make it totally straight and even because that's not my style. If I make a mistake, it's like, yeah, handmade. Okay, I'm going to back myself here and just leave that totally up in the corner. Okay, so I don't need my Sahara Sand anymore, and just give that a nice wipe over. Now, if it stays on, I'm just going to give it another wipe over, take it off, and that is done. So that is our backgrounds done. So next I'm going to add the tree. Now I have set these up on this one Stamparatus plate, so all you have to do to remove the plate is bring it up to 90 degrees, and I have set it up to twist it around, and then I can stamp my tree in Evening Evergreen. Now these new stamps are stunning. Both of them are brand new stamp sets out of our annual catalogue. So if you're in Australia and would like to purchase them from me, please feel free. I will have a link in my shop. Now I know I didn't remove my pad here, but I've got an extra pad for our photo polymer stamps. But I found with these particular stamps, it worked really well not removing the pad. I know, weird, but sometimes it just works. So ink it up one more time. So I have actually used Very Vanilla here today just to change things up. I'm more partial. Oh, I need a little bit more ink on this one. So an advantage of using the Stamparatus is I can get a second, third, fourth shot in getting this image correct. And as you can see, you cannot tell I have stamped that twice. So I'm now going to bring in another plate that has my Merry Christmas. So bring this back up to 90 degrees and remove it. And I will bring in my plate, 90 degrees, slip it in, and we're ready to go. So as I was saying, I'm partial. Oh, and I must have a teeny bit of ink on my hand because I'm slightly transferring it. So I just use out of hand sanitizer, which we all have in our houses. I happen to have a container specifically for my craft room. Now it won't remove any of the staining, but it will remove the excess ink quickly so I can continue stamping. I am partial to using basic white, but I thought I would change it up with these richer colours to using Very Vanilla. So I was quite happy with my choice, Very Vanilla. I just need to ink up the MAS a little bit more here. Doesn't matter if I get the rest of the letters. There we go, perfect second stamping. And I did get a little bit of ink, but it's a handmade card, isn't it? And what's a little bit of extra ink between friends? I did get a whole lot of extra ink on one of my card fronts, and that actually was discarded because it was not savable. I will show you how and that's pretty good. My MAS isn't very happy again, so just give that touch of extra ink, put in some extra. Perfect. Okay, so that is all the stamping done, and that was really nice and quick. So now I am going to see what I am going to do. No, I'm going to leave our ink pads open. I'm going to flirt with danger, and I'm going to use a sand eraser. So we don't sell these sand erasers, but they are fairly readily available. So I'm just going to see, that ink wasn't totally dry. So I have slightly smeared the red ink, but hey, that happens, doesn't it? Just a teeny bit near the T here. I have lightened that area quite nicely. Just a little bit here. I try and go with the light hand because I don't want to gouge my paper. And I do just have a couple of smears here, which aren't too bad really. I do like, I do like to take the time, especially with these simple cards, to try and correct these kinds of things because they are fairly noticeable. So I certainly have lightened these areas. But as I said, I'm going very, very light and trying not to pill the paper, but trying to take off that first layer and remove some extra ink. So I think I'm going to leave my correction there. It's not too bad. Someone may have actually had a bit of a dirty hand when they were taking it out of the envelope. That's what I'll profess to. I have already scored and cut 2 card bases, and I'm going to take our multi-purpose glue and stick these on. You could use dimensionals if you wanted to add some simple dimension, but today I'm not going to. I'm going to keep it simple. So I've definitely used some layering as stamping. I could have added more stamps. I did flirt with adding some stars, and I could have also added some of the bows around the edges, but I chose not to. So hopefully in your stamp set stash you have, actually I'm going to put this on here, you have some stamps that you can also make some simple cards for our Keep It Simple or KISS challenge. Find us over on Facebook and upload the picture of your cards. We ask that you just make 4, just so you're creating a bit of a stash to send to family and friends over the Christmas period. So this actually makes my 21st card. So I've got my 18 and I've got my 3 here. So I have made 21 cards for this this month's challenge. You don't have to make as many cards, but I know, calculated on previous years, I'll need to make a couple of big batches. So I hope to see your amazing creations on Facebook. If you have any questions regarding the project that I have made today, please don't hesitate to ask, and you can find all the supplies except for the sand eraser that I have used today in my store, which is linked below. Have a wonderful month, and I will catch you for next month's challenge. Bye.